Hello, I'm Rebecca of Relief Counselling.
And I'm Val from Therapeutic Camper.
And this is Cuppa with a Counsellor. Cheers. Well, we're coming up to another special holiday during the year, which can have some pressures depending on your cultural background. And that moment is Easter. But this particular presentation is to cover all the cultural holidays or celebrations that people do try to enjoy throughout the year.
Yes. Yeah.
Because quite often with all of them, there's an obligation.
Yeah, and that can be around, with any obligation, that expectation of if we're supposed to get together for dinner, if we're supposed to be somewhere, or a special kind of ritual almost that happens. And the guilt that kind of comes with not wanting to go to it.
Yes.
So it really is around sometimes like dreading the come up to it, and then the people pleasing around going to it, and then afterwards just feeling quite flat and a bit like, oh God, why didn't I just say something?
Yes, that social battery is well and truly gone. You forced yourself to go through something that you really don't feel at home with anymore, or maybe you never did. And yeah, the following guilt of, why didn't I do something? What's wrong with my... Or if you said something, did you say the wrong thing? Or it just doesn't fit anymore. And where counselling can help is to go beyond just not liking the celebration. It's working out, what's the why? Why is it that it feels so bad? Did something happen? And that work is beneficial, because then if you can actually articulate how you're feeling, what you're thinking, you may then be able to have a very concise, a very assertive conversation with your friends and relatives about it in a way that they'll perhaps understand and accept, and you might feel confident enough to say, this is not something I really want to do right now, not in this way.
Yes, and also the counselling, it's almost like getting everything out on the table, isn't it? It's like, okay, so if I went down this route, what might the reaction be? If I went down this route, what might the reaction be? If I went down this route, what might the reaction be? And you're allowed to explore it in a totally different way than happens kind of in any other kind of environment.
Absolutely, because it might not be a kind of conversation you can explore with your friends or your relatives. That's why it's best to come to a neutral space like a counselling room with a counsellor. And as Val has said, putting it out on the table and working out what might happen. Now, the key thing here is what might happen. We can never entirely predict, but you get a chance to practice saying things to yourself. And that is your starting block. You work out, this is how I feel. Oh, it's not quite what I thought it was. Or what words can I say that I feel comfortable? What could I do? But it does take a bit of exploration, a bit of work from yourself, and really identifying all those elements. But it can really help with obligation. So for more information and to book a counselling session, you can always contact Val, the Therapeutic Counsellor, or myself, Rebecca, of Relief Counselling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And this has been Cuppa with a Counsellor.